Yeah. Living with diabetes, the challenges are real, but understanding your body, how you truly feel, that's where we start with Leon Rock's Guiding Hand on the African American Diabetes Podcast. Understand, we're talking blood sugar and healthy eating too, sharing stories and finding strength, me and you, from lifestyle changes to medical advice. We're building a community that's more than just nice. African American Diabetes, it's more than just a name. It's a journey to wellness, breaking free from the plain.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when you are watching or listening to this podcast. Hi, I'm Leon Rock, and I'm the host of the African American Diabetes Podcast. Today, we are here to have a real talk about the conditions that disproportionately impacts our community. We're focusing on a critical wake-up call. And the wake-up call is about pre-diabetes. It's a diagnosis that feels new to many, but is in many ways the most urgent time to act. It's a yellow line that's about to turn red. And for African Americans, that transition carries a heavy risk. We're going to break down what prediabetes is and why it's a major concern for us, and the concrete steps we can take right now to turn things around. Stick with us as we talk about pre-diabetes. Let's start with the basics and why pre-diabetes is an urgent call for us. Now, let's talk about pre-diabetes, what it is. Simply put, it means that your blood sugar levels are higher than normal, but not yet high enough to be diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic. Think of your body as a car. Pre-diabetes is the engine with a light flashing, and it's warning, not a breakdown. Yep, it's a warning and not a breakdown. The diagnosis is usually based on one of two tests. The A1C test, a result between 5.7% and 6.4% indicates pre-diabetes. This test gives an average of your blood sugar level over the past 2 to 3 months. And then there's the fast plasma glucose test, or FPG. A result between 100 and 125 milligrams is pre-diabetes. Now, here's the urgency for our community. African Americans are 60% more likely to be diagnosed with pre-diabetes than non-Hispanic white adults. We face more severe complications like kidney failure and amputations at much higher rates. Pre-diabetes is our chance, our best chance to stop that progression. If you have pre-diabetes and do nothing, you have a very high likelihood of developing type 2 diabetes within 5 to 10 years. But here's the powerful truth. Pre-diabetes is reversible. This diagnosis is a cue to intervene and change your health trajectory. Now, let's talk about the risk factors beyond genetics. When we talk about diabetes risk, many people immediately think of genetics. And yes, if your parent or sibling has it, your risk is higher. But for African Americans, we have to talk about the deeper and often systemic factors at play that increase our vulnerability. Here's the facts: diabetes and disparities in healthcare and social determinants to health are impacting our community many times higher than other communities. Why do I say that? Access to care. Many in our community live in areas where fresh, healthy food is scarce, what we call food deserts. Fast foods and highly processed, high sodium, high sugar options are often more affordable and accessible. Stress is another topic for disparities in healthcare. Chronic stress from racial bias, economic instability, and daily life can elevate the hormones like cortisol, which drives up blood sugar and insulin resistance. It's not just feelings, it's physiological risk factors. Lack of awareness. Yep, lack of awareness. For too long, the message about prediabetes hasn't reached our communities with the urgency and the cultural relevancy necessary. We've been focusing on managing diabetes, not preventing it. Did you hear what I said? We have been focusing on managing diabetes and not preventing it. If you're an African American adult, especially, and if you're overweight physically, inactive, or you have high blood pressure, you need to be screened. And if you're over 45, ask your doctor for A1C test at your next physical. It could save your life. There are some concrete steps that you can use to turn the corner with regards to prediabetes. Here's the deal. If you've been diagnosed with prediabetes, you're feeling the urgency. So, what is the concrete, actionable steps that you can take today? Well, hold on. And wait a minute, there's one thing that you can do. There's two things that you can do. There's three things that you can do, and more. Here's the number one thing: the power to moderate your weight loss. Research is clear, my good friends. Losing just 5 to 7% of your body weight can dramatically reduce your risk of developing type 2 diabetes by over 50%. For someone who weighs 200 pounds, that's just 10 to 14 pounds. You don't have to overhaul your entire life, but make substantial and sustainable changes. And I urge that you do that, and it would make a huge difference. There's another one. Number two, move your body. Fitness, that's what it's all about. We're not talking about becoming a marathon runner overnight. We're talking about moderate physical activity, things that raise your heart rate. Aim for about 150 minutes per week. That means, let me break it down just a little bit more. That means essentially 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week. Go for a brisk walk in your neighborhood. Dance at your favorite music location or in your home. Find a workout video on YouTube. Join a line dancing or water aerobics class at your community center. And if your neighborhood is not necessarily safe to walk in, go to a mall and walk at a mall. Probably just a tad bit safer, right? The key is consistency. Find an activity that you generally enjoy, and it will stop you from feeling like it is a chore. Number three, culturally relevant, healthy eating. What am I talking about when I say that? Culturally relevant, healthy eating. Healthy eating for pre-diabetics doesn't mean sacrificing the flavors of your heritage, our heritage. It means making smart, small tweaks to our foods we love. This is where we can make our traditional dishes diabetes friendly. Number one, rethink starches. Enjoy starchy staples like rice, yams, and cornmeal, but focus on portion control. Instead of a mountain of rice, aim for a half a cup of serving of rice, about the size of a small fist. Look to swap white rice for brown rice. Embrace greens. Yeah, we all like those collard greens, right? Our tradition of eating leafy greens like collard greens, turnip greens, is a powerful health asset. They are low in carbohydrates and high in nutrients. The key is in preparation. Swap that high sodium, high fat meals like ham hocks and smoked turkey necks and lean smoked turkey and skip the meat altogether for flavoring, yeah, your greens, your leafy greens, your collard greens, your mustard greens. Yeah, put in a flavor boost of herbs and spices instead. Here's the other deal, my good friends. Smart swaps for sweetness. Now, what am I talking about with that? Limit sweetened drinks like sodas and fruit juices. Water is always the best choice. For desserts, try to cut down on added sugars and focus on natural sweetness from fruits like berries. There's more, my good friends, on what we can do. Build your support network. You can have all the things that you need to address the challenge of diabetes, but let's not try to do it alone. In fact, the intervention programs like the CDC's highly recognized Diabetes Prevention Program, or DPP, have shown to cut the risks of developing diabetes by more than 60%. Now, everything is about building a village of support. And what is it that you need in order to build that village of support? Here's the first one. Talk to your doctor. Be direct. Ask for a referral to a dietitian or certified diabetes care and education specialist. Involve your family. I know that is a challenge sometimes, but you got to do it. Health is a group project. When you have a healthy meal, make it for the whole family. Having their support and participation is essential. Find a community program. Check with your local churches, your community centers, and your health clinic for the DPP groups. That's the CDC's recognized diabetes prevention program groups. Being with people who share your experiences and cultural background makes the journey much more successful. Here's the deal, my good friends. Prediabetes is a serious diagnosis, but it comes with a silver lining: power and opportunity. For the African American community, where the stakes are so high, receiving this diagnosis is a moment to create a new legacy of health, not a continuation of an old one. Take action today. Talk to your doctor. Take the 30-minute walk and make healthy food swaps that we just talked about. You have the power to stop type 2 diabetes before it starts. Thank you for tuning in to the African American Diabetes Podcast. I'm your host, Leon Rock, and remember, your health is your wealth. We'll be back next week with another powerful episode. Have a good day.
Yeah. Living with diabetes, the challenges are real, but understanding your body, how you truly feel, that's where we start with Leon Rock's Guiding Hand on the African American Diabetes Podcast. Understand, we're talking blood sugar and healthy eating too, sharing stories and finding strength, me and you. From lifestyle changes to medical advice, we're building a community that's more than just nice. African American Diabetes, it's more than just a name. It's a journey to wellness, breaking free from the plane. Leon Rock's here to empower with knowledge and with grace, to live your best life at your own pace.